Good morning, all. Today, we discuss pendulum motions and fixed axis rotations. In the Newtonian mechanics, we have analyzed the motion of simple pendulum, a mass m hanging from a string of length L in a gravitational field G. For small amplitude motion, we found that the pendulum executes simple harmonic motion with frequency omega. But the solution cannot be extended to real pendulum. Okay. For a real pendulum, we call it as physical pendulum, in which the mass is not a particle but an extended structure, and the support is not massless string but a rod or some comparable structure. Okay. One of the cases a compound pendulum, etc. Okay. So with the tools we have developed so far, that is in the case of rotation systems, we can now solve the problem more generally. Okay, that is, we can solve the problem of simple pendulum and also the problem of physical pendulum. General pendulum can be solved using these tools. So we begin with describing the motion of equation of motion of a simple pendulum using the formalism of fixed axis rotation. Okay, consider a simple pendulum that is shown in the figure. Here, a mass hanging from a string is a simple pendulum if we assume that the mass has negligible size and the mass of the string is negligible, or mass of the string is approximately 0. The bob on the pendulum moves on a circular arc, a case of fixed axis rotation. So the problem practically cries out to be analyzed using the language of angular momentum. Here we use the theory of fixed axis rotation. Okay, that is the concept of torque and angular momentum. Okay, consider the angular momentum and torque around the pivot point A. Then what will be the moment of inertia of the mass about the point A? Okay, I mean an axis passing through the point of the pivot. Okay, then what will be the moment of inertia? Moment of inertia must be equal to mass into the perpendicular distance square. Then the moment of inertia must be equal to Ia must be equal to ml square. Here, we'll be looking at the, so first we have to find out what is the angular momentum and torque. Angular momentum must be equal to L is equal to I omega. Here I is known, and when we writing, it is ml square omega. And then we have to obtain the torque. Okay, for the torque, we must know about the force. So when we considering the mass, the tension acting this direction. Okay, so here the tension is a radial force. We know that the definition of the torque R cross F. Okay, here the radial distance is also this one. So the tension or the force and the position vector in the same direction, then R cross F must be equal to 0. So there is no torque around A about due to the T. But here mg acting downward, a force mg acting downward, from that one we will get a torque. The torque arising exclusively from the weight W. Okay, so how can we write the torque? The torque must be equal to, how can we write the torque? Only from this quantity, or that must be equal to R cross, here F is equal to the weight R cross W. Okay, then looking at this direction, here R is in this direction and this is in this direction, then what will be the sense of torque? Is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? R is in this direction and force is acting downward, then it is in clockwise sense, then it must be negative. Okay, so we can write the torque tau must be equal to minus W into R perpendicular, or minus W. R perpendicular must be equal to what? L. R perpendicular must be equal to what? It must be equal to L sin phi. Or we can write this from here, that is equal to the modulus of R W. Okay, modulus of W sin phi, where phi is the angle between mg and the radius vector. Okay, the same result. Then minus W L sine phi. Using the small angle approximation, we know that for small angles, sine phi approximately is equal to phi. If the angle is very small, okay, in such cases, we take the angle in radians. Okay, so when the angle is some fractions, that means we know that in radian, an angle of 180 degree corresponding for pi. Okay, pi means it is 3.14. Okay, when an angle is, so to convert an angle in degree to radian, what we have to do? Okay, the value of pi corresponding to 180, then 1 degree must be equal to pi by 180 radian. Okay, so if we putting the value of 3.14 here, then 1 degree a small quantity. In such case, so the sine phi approximately is equal to phi. So the equation of motion must be equal to what? Equation of motion must be equal to, here I write tau A is equal to IA into alpha. Okay, alpha is the angular acceleration. So I write it is IA into phi is the angular displacement, then phi dot is angular velocity, then phi double dot is the angular acceleration. Okay, we have obtained tau A. What is tau A? Tau A is equal to minus WL. Actually, it was sine phi, and we have approximated it to my phi. Then it is equal to, I write in place of tau A minus WL phi, that is equal to IA into what? Phi double dot. So we are arranging this expression. Okay, phi double dot, we are taking both quantity to one side, taking this quantity into this side and dividing throughout by IA. Then it obtain phi double dot plus WL divided by IA into phi is equal to 0. Okay, this is the equation of motion. Simple harmonic oscillator. Okay, we can substitute IA also. So I write here, when we are applying IA, phi double dot plus WL, what will be the moment of inertia about this point? It must be equal to mass into, here only one mass into distance square. Okay, it must be equal to m into L square. Okay, into 5, that is equal to 0. Or we write cancelling one of the L, and we know that W is equal to mg, then cancels m also, then we will get 5 double dot plus g by L into 5 is equal to 0. So this is the familiar equation we have got in the previous chapters. Okay, so the solution of this one is obtained as, we got it as a sine phi is equal to a sine omega t plus b cos omega t. Okay, then the frequency, what will be the value of omega? Omega is equal to what? Omega must be equal to, this is the omega square, then omega must be equal to root of g by L. Okay, so this is the result. Have you any doubts? So we move to the physical pendulum, the general case. The physical pendulum. Now we take the case of physical pendulum, a real pendulum such as one given in the diagram. Okay, a massive lamina is hanged through a axis. Okay, and the center of mass of the body is marked here. It has a total mass m, and the distance between the axis and the center of mass is taken as L. The object can be any shape. Here we consider a simple shape here. Any shape can be taken. Its mass is taken as m, and its center of mass is at a distance L from the pivot. The moment of inertia around the pivot IA is no longer ml square. This not ml square. Why? Why it is not ml square? Okay, it cannot be taken as ml square because when we using the parallaxis theorem, we know that the moment of inertia about the center of mass plus m into L square must be this result. So the moment of inertia of the mass, this particular mass must be important here. So that quantity must depend on the shape of object. So IA is not ml square here. but here the motion is pure rotation. Okay, pure rotation about the pivot. Choosing the axis of rotation through the pivot, we find that only torque is that due to gravity. Okay, then we have the torque tau is equal to tau will be is equal to r cross w. Okay, only we know that the only torque is due to gravity. Okay, so w is equal to mg, and here also the sense of rotation is clockwise, then it is negative, then minus, the quantity must be r modulus of r into m into modulus of g into sine phi. The angle between w and the radius vector. Okay, so when we approximate sine phi approximately is equal to phi for small angles, then minus r, it is in magnitude r m g into phi. But also say we write what we write, tau is equal to minus r m g into phi. Okay, and we also know that to write the equation of motion, we have to express tau is equal to ia into alpha, or that is equal to ia into alpha is phi double dot. Okay, so that quantity is equal to what? Minus r m g phi. Okay, I write here the equation ia phi double dot plus, taken this quantity to the left side, rm g phi is equal to 0. When we dividing throughout by ia, the quantity rm g divided by ia into phi is equal to 0. Okay, so this is the equation of by the parallel axis theorem. We have IA is equal to what? I0 plus M L square. Okay, and we have right I0 is equal to MK square. Then it is equal to M into K square plus L square. And what is the value of omega? Omega is equal to, we have written as, it is equal to mgr divided by Ia. Here r is the perpendicular distance. Okay, the modulus of r must be equal to what? L. Okay, so I write it as L mg L divided by Ia, or that is equal to, we substituting the value of Ia from above, m into K square plus L square. Then that is equal to G L divided by K square plus L square. Okay. In the case of simple pendulum, the value of K is equal to 0. In such case, we will obtain omega is equal to what? We obtain omega is equal to root of G by L. Okay. So this is the case of physical pendulum. Okay. Thank you.